Oh well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the Sofa Manager podcast. I'm ashamed to say it's about Scottish football, very sadly, but we are on every Wednesday talking all things in Scottish football, being the Premiership, Championship, League 1, League 2 and all the cups, and maybe the national team, but we'll drop them soon enough. Anyway, what are we going to talk about this week, John?
Hello everyone, welcome to the Sofa Manager podcast. This week we have a plethora of things we're going to talk about.
Plethora.
We've got the Scotland game, unfortunately. We're going to have
to
we have to dissect that monstrosity.
To keep our clean words.
Well, the spirit box is mounting up. Following that though, we've got the Challenge Cup, where our Scottish teams have demolished the Welsh and Northern Irish teams to an extent.
One of them, well anyway, we'll get to that.
We got a little kind of roundup on FIFA 17, what we were kind of thinking about it. Again, we'll try and keep that clean. Following on, we've got Darren back with a Liga roundup, so I'm looking forward to that. We've got the quiz, Paul's hosting. And last up we have predictions, which I don't really want to talk about.
Oh, you want to stay tuned for the predictions, everybody, I can assure you
don't.
That. Oh well, where do you find us, Darren?
So you can find us obviously on Facebook under Darren Gibson, or if you want to search us on Facebook, it's probably easier by going by dazgibsonscotland@gmail.com. And obviously we're on sofamanager.com. John's been putting more articles up. What's it this week, John?
I had a little look at the Challenge Cup, and I'm in the process of writing an article on the Scotland game, but choice words, and I want to kind of try and keep it clean.
That.
Looking forward to it.
Yep, looking forward to that. And obviously we've got the YouTube channel, which you've just put out this week, Paul. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's under Paul Menzies, is it?
Paul Menzies.
Yeah.
As I was saying earlier, if you look for Paul Funnyman 93, you might find my account. I can assure you that's a technical glitch and in no way related to my current YouTube status.
Right.
Or Scottish podcasts, we should find it.
Scottish football podcasts, because there's hee-haw of them out there. So
you'll be sure to find us.
Yes. Links are always below in some form of description anyway.
Yeah.
So, straight to it. On, well, it was Sunday evening, wasn't it?
Sure was, yeah.
The football. It seems so long ago now. John, you're looking up. Maybe Saturday.
It was Saturday.
Oh, no, it was Saturday.
Who cares? Because it barely breathes mentioning. Scotland drew 1-1 with Lithuania.
Lithuania.
Famous
for nothing.
Well, for some former Hearts players and former Hearts money. We seem to talk about Hearts far too much on this podcast, as far as I'm concerned.
Famous Hearts credit.
I guess let's start with the team performance. What did we make of the team performance?
Pretty lethargic, if I'm being honest. Defence was a shambles, apart from maybe Grant Hanley, but he plays for Newcastle, so I'm biased. I thought.
But is he actually playing for Newcastle? Like,
No.
from what I've heard, he's on the bench all the time.
He is on the bench a lot, and he plays in the League Cup. I assume he'll play in the FA Cup, but that's as far as it goes.
Well, I'd argue the defence had a pretty terrible game.
Yeah.
Across the board. One thing that was pointed out to me was, why didn't they pick Christoph Berra, who apparently is playing regularly for his team, which I think is Ipswich in the Championship.
Quite possibly. That was the last time I seen him. He was at Ipswich, so.
Well, I guess the centre halves didn't do much apart from concede the goal.
Yes, they had nothing else to really contend with. You had a bit of a kind of go at Andy Robertson.
I thought Andy Robertson had a shocking game, and the first you disagree
I
with this?
disagree
You
entirely.
disagree?
I would say so.
Okay,
I'm
no.
going to let you go first.
The first thing I want to point out to you is defensively, he had a howler. When you're getting Cruyff turned left, right and centre by Nova Kovas, who couldn't even make a team on a regular basis in like the Premiership in Scotland, you've got defensive issues. And yes, he was bombing forward time to time to get crosses in, but like nobody was getting their head in it. And that might not be his fault. But first and foremost, I judge him on his defensive performance.
Right, well, I'll disagree, because the primary objective of this game wasn't to defend. His role was to get forward sort of make the pitch as wide as possible, play wide, get the crosses in. You know, defending shouldn't have been an issue. You know, that should have been cleaned up by Darren Fletcher when he was on the park playing in the holding midfield role. The two centre backs should have been coming out to deal with that. You know, if he was back, he was back. But he was to get forward. He was to get us up the park, press them, and try and get something out of the game. It was the same on the right. I thought Patterson wasn't as good. I think he looked a wee bit out of his depth.
What annoyed me about Patterson is he got into some positions which I think he was quite capable from shooting from a few times, kind of just on the edge of the area, and he just didn't do it.
I think for the most part of that game was, you looked at it and you go, you've been overcoached for this. I got that impression. They always wanted to have like another pass, and it was slow build up play. When you're really just looking at it going, go and just run.
Yeah,
you know,
it was so slow.
That's what made Oliver Burke stand out. You know, he picked up the ball and took a run. You know, he took 3 or 4 guys on. Fair enough, it never really worked out for the poor guy, but
the poor guy.
Well,
that poor professional footballer.
to get subbed like that, there was no way he merited getting subbed unless he was injured.
Yeah, I did feel they should have kept him on. I thought he might have maybe popped up and done something for Scotland.
Absolutely. He was the only one creating, and I feel quite bad for him because he was sort of Strachan signed him out to go, you know, like, you're no doing it for us. I said, well, that's exactly the opposite. He's doing it for us. Matt Ritchie was rank.
Oh, it was
not Grass
yeah,
wasn't having the best of games. The less said about Chris Martin, the better.
I was about to say that.
Chris Martin. No. John, Gordon Strachan said that he had a fantastic second half in particular.
He did. Oh, that made me laugh. Well, listening to that, his press conference, I would love to have been in the room for the kind of shocking off factory. I thought he was outstanding for the 3 touches he had the whole game. What a joke.
I mean, I think you could argue he didn't have the service, but like everyone keeps telling us that this guy comes towards the ball, you know, to get into the game. He wasn't involved in the game at all. I didn't see him coming towards the ball at all.
At no point. 20 minutes in, I had to look up the team sheet to find out who was playing up front because I honestly had no idea.
Yeah.
I still can't work out who was like the 5th midfielder, to be honest. I was counting them up earlier.
I thought Barry Bannon had a quiet game. He looked as though he was being out-muscled.
But why is he in that team?
Well, I mean, again, we're going to disagree, but I think James MacArthur's a better midfielder.
Oh no, I wouldn't disagree with James MacArthur's a better midfielder, but it's kind of the lesser of two evils.
Well, I mean, we're kind of at the stage now where, you know, that's as good as we were going to get. I considered doing this, and then I thought, nah, it's just going to be too painful. But if you assumed that was the best Scotland squad, the 23-man squad, who would you have changed out, who would you have brought in, and who would you have taken out?
Well, in the starting 11, Anya,
you would have in, right?
Christoph Berra.
Yeah.
I'd probably have Tierney, I think,
instead of Robertson.
I was the same as you, John. I thought Robertson played well.
But right, for the goal, the gap that was left on that right hand side for the Lithuania player should have been blocked by Robertson.
No, Robertson should have done better there. I'll agree with you for that. For defence point of view, he should have done better. But I think going forward, he was the one giving great service. So yeah, it might be worthwhile giving Tierney a chance to see if he can do both, if you know what I mean. Because he might be better at defending, but obviously I think Andrew Robertson was brilliant going forwards, and I think he was one of the few players that was actually given all the effort he could in the game.
I agree. I think,
and a bit of passion for like one player on the park.
Tierney, no denying, Tierney's an absolute immense player, but I don't know if he would have done anything different to what Andy Robertson did in that game. I don't think he would have.
I think he crosses it better than Robertson perhaps does.
Perhaps, but again, it's Chris Martin in the end, so you know you're going to miss.
Plus, our issue with Robertson is, you know, he was pushed out that Hull team by Robbie Brady. You know, an Ireland fullback, so he's kind of setting fiddle. I know they're now at different teams. So do you think you would have picked Patterson over Tierney as well?
I didn't think Patterson played that well.
I think we were struggling at right back. For all the talent we've got at left back,
but you
right
can play left backs as right backs. It's not the end of the world. I know the footing's a bit tricky, but
for that kind of game, possibly. But I think, you know, Patterson should have been capable playing against Lithuania. You know, surely you would say a guy playing the Scottish Premiership is at an acceptable level to play for Scotland against Lithuania, who, by all intents and purposes, are an equivalent to Scottish football.
No.
In terms of domestic stuff.
Yeah. In my head, I was thinking Patterson's been playing well for Hearts this season. So how he never took that form into that game, I couldn't understand.
If you take player by player in Lithuania, I'm getting my kind of point muddled up maybe. If you take player by player in Lithuania, the Lithuanian team, is Callum Patterson better or worse than what they had? And then that would justify his picking.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said so. No.
I mean, he didn't look like the same player as he did for Hearts, and I think that Lithuania team looked very beatable. They didn't.
Yeah, there was nothing really about it.
No.
They had good sort of structure, and they had obviously planned to get a draw.
Well, the goal they produced was better than any piece of play we'd put together.
Absolutely fine. It was a wonderful goal.
Great goal.
Oh, it was a great goal. You couldn't knock the goal.
Great, but I mean, the way they kind of came into the game, though, they pressed really well against Scotland, but they left a wee bit of gap at the back, and you're thinking, if Griffiths had been on the park, he has the sort of pace and capability, and you said Anya, they were the kind of players you really wanted if they were going to play that kind of game to break.
I know Griffiths wasn't on for that long, but I thought he still
difference.
done more than the whole time Chris Martin was on the pitch.
He made a huge difference.
Yeah.
And I think Tuesday night against Slovakia, we're going to maybe see Griffiths and possibly Anya play.
I hope so.
No, he'll go with the same team.
You reckon?
Yeah. No, he's an idiot.
Apparently, this is on BBC Scotland, so don't quote me, but apparently we've never picked the same starting 11 since something like 1997.
I did hear that, yeah.
I mean, one thing a lot of people did say is maybe for the Lithuania game they had one eye on the Slovakia game.
Scotland can't afford to look at it like that. I mean, this is what done them in. Like, was it the Euros? I think it was. Was it 2008?
Every qualifying campaign.
But that was the standout one against Lithuania.
Yeah.
I mean, last time it was we'll beat Georgia and then we've got to get son of Poland. Fell completely against Georgia. Before that was a disaster. It wasn't even worth looking at. The Belgium group. Racking my brain, what was before that? That would have been World Cup. That was 2007. But again, that was Georgia's fault. Lithuania slipped us up a wee bit as well. It is what it is. We're at where we're at.
Yeah, I think it's a mentality thing. These lads were not set up to win that game.
No.
They didn't believe they could win that game.
Scotland's technically poor. I had this conversation with my dad. Scotland are technically poor, and it has its roots all the way back into the league, and the way that the game's run in Scotland. And we say this plenty of times, but you could have a full podcast on the particular subject.
Yeah.
Because quite honestly, it's rotten to the core. And until somebody actually realises this, we're going to continue to slip up against rubbishy wee teams, have a valiant effort against big teams, and ultimately fail every opportunity. If it's domestic clubs in Europe, if it's the international team, we're going to fail. There's just nothing we can do about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, me and my dad were talking about the game too, and my dad's, I thought, had a really good point. What we always do is that we play rubbish against the wee teams, do well against big teams. So what's the bet that we go and beat England, but then we lose against Slovakia? And
there's every chance. I mean, when you play big teams, it suits our style of play.
Yeah.
They come on to us and then we can hit in the break, maybe try and sneak a goal. The other way around, when we've got to go and take the game to the other team, but we are. It's just
typical Scotland,
hopeless.
Isn't it?
Yeah. No, it would be nice to see a few more creative players in there. I think the omission of Maloney for someone like Bannon, because Maloney's been playing quite well at Hull this year.
The time he's been on the pitch.
Yeah.
And one thing I think I'd maybe ask you guys is, should we exclude any non-Premier players from the team? They have to play in the Premier League of the country that they're playing in.
So this is a kind of assumption that English Championship players aren't good enough.
Yes.
No, because I think the English Championship is better than the Scottish Premiership, and we're deluded if we think otherwise.
It's a mentality thing. If you're playing in the Premier Division, you are the Premier player of that.
You're the Premier player in Scotland.
Well, one thing I'd say about some of the Scottish players in England is, are they kind of hiding a bit? Like, none of these guys are standout performers for their team. Like, MacArthur's not a standout player for Crystal Palace. He's a guy that gets the job done. But, you know, I don't think Crystal Palace are singing his praises. Same for both the Martins. And why we're picking, you know, Chris Martin over Ross McCormack, who goes for massive money.
Yeah,
I do not get that.
He's an English Championship player. You know, where happened to Jordan Rhodes? And granted, he's not getting
Game
first team
time.
appearance.
But he's in the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean, that alone surely can kind of justify him being better than Chris Martin. But then the kind of worry comes in that Stephen Fletcher might, you know, sneak in because I think he's been playing quite regularly for Sheffield Wednesday.
But Stephen Fletcher has never scored like that many goals for us. He's just he shouldn't actually even be in that team after his shenanigans.
Oh, absolutely
that went on years ago.
Absolutely not.
What was that? Was it just his comments?
It was something like he had kind of snide remarks to make about Craig Levine, if I remember right.
Craig Levine.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Let's not go back.
It doesn't get any better, does it?
Yeah. No. But
although our current manager is good. Anyway.
Well, some of his comments before the game, and I'll read this, like roughly quoted. He wasn't setting any targets for the campaign because if they didn't meet those targets, they'd feel left down. Oh, Diddums.
Seriously?
Darren, can you imagine going into work on Monday? Alright, Darren, we've got no sales targets.
No targets, don't worry about that.
Alright, Paul, don't worry about the kids' grades. That's... John doesn't have a job, but...
Still got targets.
He does have targets.
Just to pass, that's all that matters.
Come on, you're in a professional institution and you're not setting targets.
Just to be disappointed. That'd be great. I'm going to go to... When I get my job, I'll be like... When did you know do this? X, Y and Z, John? Didn't want to set targets. I don't want to lose my job.
But you don't want to feel sad about when you miss them.
Yeah.
Darn right you should feel sad about when you miss them. That's what motivates you to get there next time.
A lot of bloody nonsense. It's like a primary school sports day.
Oh, it's worse than a primary school sports day. Nobody wins. But...
It's always loses.
You know, we saw a game with his comments after the game saying how wonderful everyone who was rubbish was. And then he said how some people needed to perform better. After not... Yeah. You know, he didn't mention, like, you know, you guys are lauding Robertson. Didn't mention him at all. He was probably one of the guys he thinks has to work harder because he's no his buddy.
In my eyes, it was like he was watching a different game. I was like, seriously?
It was. I mean, he's not doing himself any favours having comments like that. His attitude and press conferences and stuff. The minute he alienates the media as much as he is, you know, his job's on the line. Really is.
They were saying that he didn't want to answer any fan questions from Jonathan Sutherland.
I noticed that, yeah.
Of the BBC the other day. And apparently he's quite aloof, even within the Scotland setup itself. He seems to think he's bigger than it, to a certain extent. And
I mean, his ego precedes him.
I thought
he's always been like that.
Yeah. I always supported him in the past. I always quite liked him, even when he first started off in Scotland. I know people slagged him off, but I actually quite liked him. But I've seriously, I think he's totally lost it. I think he's lost the dressing room. I think he's lost what he set out to do, you know, for Scotland. So
absolutely,
it's the wrong team. It's not gonna.
It's not going to get any better. There is nothing out there you could go. You know, we need to bring that in the immediacy. You know, there's nothing.
No.
And if you sack Gordon Strachan, who do you bring in? Quite honestly, there's no one.
In my head, it was a sad day because Alex McLeish and Neil McGann were talking more sense than Gordon Strachan. So they were in the studio talking what the issues were for Scotland, and they seemed to know more than what Gordon Strachan was doing. He's the one actually leading the players, you know.
I mean, let's say Strachan gets sacked. Who do you bring in? Can you talk Alex McLeish back into the job? Do you want him to be back in the job?
No.
Do you want it to be a rookie, i.e. John Hughes? Because I guaranteed you his name would be thrown in.
The thing about John Hughes is, like, you think about the things he did with Falkirk. He got more out of those players, and that's what we need from Scotland. Like, that's what we had under Walter Smith's Scotland, was a team that outperformed themselves.
Yeah,
pretty much.
You know, we need these guys to kind of overclock.
Fired up.
I mean, like guys like Alex McLeish and Walter Smith, you know, they had experience at a very, very high level. Especially when Alex McLeish taking Rangers into Europe, London treble, all that kind of stuff. Walter Smith with his experiences doing in England with Everton. You know, I mean,
I don't know if we'll ever see the likes of Walter Smith again. To be honest,
we just won't. There's no one. No one comes to mind when you go right. Pretend there's no Scotland manager. Who would you have?
Jimmy Calderwood,
Like Tango Man.
I tell you, he got Aberdeen to the last 32 of the UEFA Cup. I'll never stop mentioning it, listeners. Don't worry.
Derek McInnes. Robbie Nielsen, Craig Levine back.
I was about to say, Robbie Nielsen and Craig Levine.
You could have Robbie Nielsen, but then like Craig Levine in the background picking the team.
You could. And that's not what we're suggesting goes on at Hearts.
No. There'll be one day we'll play Malta at home and it'll be 4-6-0 and we'll go, Robbie, what are you doing, son? It was Craig's idea.
Well, they can't even beat a Gibraltar side, so
we're doomed.
Yeah, let's not put any of the Hearts guys inside. But I guess thinking back to that kind of Walter Smith campaign, Scottish football's kind of been in decline ever since then. And do you think they're kind of tied together, like the success of our league and our national team?
Yes, absolutely. Scottish football's been in decline since possibly the late 80s. You know, I mean, yes, we did qualify for tournaments up to 1998, but the players for 1998 were products of systems in the kind of mid to late 80s, if you consider the time, age gaps and stuff like that. You know, money came into it, TV came into it. You know, if you go to bed with the devil, that's it, you know. You're going to have to deal with it. You have to live with it. So we're in a position now where Scottish football can either tell sort of TV that we don't want nothing to do with you, you can stuff your money, we'll do it ourselves. Won't happen, quite frankly.
No.
Or we're stuck with it and we continue into decline until somebody gets the finger out. I would suggest, like, talking to the government, things like that. I mean, sure, at some point you're going to have to be in discussion with groups like that to start getting a wee bit more finance coming into grassroots football. It's a load of nonsense that we are so isolated for that kind of thing. Any form of initiative to go, you know, like grassroots football for even up to under 12s, and at under 12s they can go into the football academies, private academies, Forth Valley Academy, Highland Academy. But you know, it's the council that are paying for the facilities up to a certain age. That's not much to ask for.
I mean, I like that idea in principle. I think councils are very squeezed at the moment, and yeah. But I guess as well, you think of like all the community projects that Falkirk used to do. You know, I remember when I was younger, I used to do heaps and heaps of the football camps, and that's been scaled back. You know, in the wake of the kind of financial troubles we've had. But no, I like that academy idea.
I mean, it's not like the facilities don't exist anywhere. You know, you take the high schools in the Falkirk area, they've all got AstroTurf pitches, and they've all got like an indoor, granted it's hard court surfaces.
Well, there's that great new place that's just opened up at, is it Heriot Watt?
Heriot Watt University.
Yeah, that fantastic new facility there.
I mean, that cost an absolute bomb, but
that doesn't address any grassroots issues though, does it?
If anything, it just promotes the kind of sort of short-term elitism at the moment, and it's predominantly used by Scottish Rugby anyway, so...
Even our rugby team's not that hot either.
Well,
but
it's how much is there a ticket for their internationals?
One of them's at Rugby Park, isn't it?
Aye, it's 28 quid for a student and 35 for an adult.
That's alright. Compared to how much it was to go to the Scotland game the other night.
Oh, for 50 quid?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Aye. That's why nobody was there.
That's crazy.
No, it did look empty.
That was a business. That's another thing we get on the floor.
Poor attendances, but it's a poor team, so hand in hand.
I think our league is on the up. Like,
it's more competitive, but the quality's just not there.
No, the quality has gone down, and we were looking earlier at all the teams from the cup finals down the years, and I don't know if it's us being wistful or whatever, but those players just seemed better.
They probably were.
Aye.
Granted, they were paid for by money that the club simply couldn't afford.
Well, no, a lot of them even were Scottish though.
Even still.
Yeah.
They've been inflated wages. Although, if you took it into now and they were that kind of quality, they wouldn't be paid as much.
No. But ho hey.
But yeah, no, I'm talking about kind of cup competitions. We have the prestigious,
the creme de la creme,
Iron Brew Cup.
Oh, no, it's full iron, full iron brew. No, we had all our Irish and Welsh teams ship over, and I think there was one fixture we went to them.
Ship back out again.
Yeah, I think.
3 out of the 4 were annihilated.
Tell us how it went.
Well, between me and Darren, we can. I think we
Piece
watched
something
some.
together.
We watched all
Yeah, I seen a couple of games.
that. So, what one did you watch first?
The first one I watched was on the Saturday morning. I watched the repeat of the Crusaders versus Lumsden game.
Nice. Any good?
It was quite a good game. I quite enjoyed
There
it.
was quite a lot of action late on with that, wasn't there?
Yeah, 3 goals in like the last 20 minutes. As far as I know.
Frantic.
Yep, but it was a very physical game. A lot of bad challenges going on.
It's kind of what we want to see.
Yeah, but that's why I quite liked it, because I've not seen that for a while. So, but yeah, Crusaders played well. They probably deserved to get more at the game than obviously to get beat. I did think it was going to be a draw and it went to extra time, but Lumsden done well. They got the lead, and then Crusaders came back. And then the last kick of the ball. What I found quite interesting was it was like 4 minutes out on time. It was like 20 seconds over the 4 minutes, but there wasn't really anything had happened. And Lumsden just went and kicked a wee shot, and it looked like it might go on, might not, and then it did, and then and it was 2-1 to Lumsden. But Lumsden did play well. It's the first time I've seen Lumsden this season, and I was quite impressed actually. They've got a couple of good players there. But yeah, overall, both teams played well, but Lumsden, considered the away team, good victory.
That's good to hear. We also had some Irish visitors in Dumfries.
Linfield, Rangers.
With an arguably better lineup than the national team, actually. We had stars such as Roy Carroll, Sammy Clingan, used to play with Kilmarnock and International, Stephen Dobie, who's now
Queen of the South.
Now a superstar, and David Healy was their manager,
Of all players.
former Rangers man. So it took Queen of the South a while there. I think extra time. Apparently they looked the better team.
They did. I mean, I watched it for the most part in the library. I would spend all my time
Watching Scottish games.
Sunday afternoon. I'll tell you, like, Craig look at Napier's kind of Merchiston campus. They've got dual screen computers.
Oh, lovely.
There's like coursework on one screen, football on the other screen. Terrific, honestly. But anyway, I digress.
Good to know.
No, for a 0-0 it was a good game. Queens deserved it in the end. I was quite impressed by Linfield, I have to admit.
What I've seen of the game. Yeah.
They were quite a good outfit. They were very, very physical in the challenges, which was kind
Links into the game that I watched.
Yeah, it was good. They had a decent support. I'm assuming not all were Northern Irish, but
I know, I thought that myself when I seen the crowd. Yeah.
2,400 there. It's not the be all and end all of attendances,
it's
but
a pretty decent crowd for a Sunday kind of afternoon.
better than the 600 that were at Forfar.
I seen a few Rangers flags in the background.
1,200 at the Air Falkirk game on Friday night.
Apparently it was abysmal.
Horrendous. It was Chick Young was on the radio on the Saturday. He says something like Gary Harkinson scored in the 117th minute or something. He says, why could you have not done that in normal time, Ken?
Well, they'd cut the ticket prices and there was only 1,200 there.
Yeah, it was poor, really poor.
But it looked like a bit more kind of experimenting from Falkirk. Like Sybil on the bench, that Shepherd boy was playing.
It's a reserve team, wasn't it? Really?
It was mainly first team guys, but McCracken. If McCracken doesn't play, Falkirk didn't get any points.
No, it seems to be. It's the Comedy Roadshow with Watson and Gasparotto at the back.
I was thinking when I saw Watson's name, it's not going to be good.
The pair of them can't play with each other. You can get one or the other with McCracken.
There was
too much different players.
That's a worry when you say that.
I was looking at his stats earlier. He's made like 80 appearances for Falkirk now. That's quite remarkable.
He's coming on for like almost a testimonial.
Well, for a guy whose career you would have said was over,
Aye.
Along with Mark Kerr, John Rankin, any other golden oldies, Lee Miller, John Baird, all these. Well, John Baird's kind of meh, but I saw there was a guy came on called Blues.
Cameron Blues.
Blues. Really?
Just need somebody to play with something called rhythm, and
they're just signing guys with the right colour now. Although I believe there's 2 Ross County players called Dingwall.
Callum Dingwall.
So, both brothers.
Dingwall brother.
That's how they do it up there.
He had a couple of kind of few fringe players got in. I think I don't know if Gallagher started or not at left back. No, he couldn't have because Luke was at left back. He missed the penalty
Oh, I heard that.
in the second half.
Oh yeah, you said that.
But he had Kieran Rankin in midfield, and he's tried this before, and it simply doesn't work. There's absolutely no creativity
Or
whatsoever.
energy.
There's just nothing. They're very similar players,
Hmm.
and you have one or the other, but you won't have both.
Well, I guess it's the game to test it out, and I don't think they're going to be too fussed about going out the challenge. It saves them a trip to Ireland
It does.
or Wales, or
It would have been if
Wales.
all the results had been the same, it would have been away to St Mirren. I can't think of a worse place to go.
Yeah,
well, that's
that.
true. Yeah.
Which
So-
only's right anyway.
Maybe dodged a bullet.
Hibs also being punted out. Apparently
Bye-bye,
that's
St.
with
Against the mighty St.
Willie Collins' assistance.
Hey.
As per, we wouldn't expect anything else. And Dunfermline narrowly past Queen's Park.
Yep.
Not that convincing considering the kind of gap in divisions there, but
Didn't
aye,
you-
they're through it, and we are going to see the big Falkirk Derby, of course. with
We
Dunfermline. That's
Saturday.
this weekend, isn't it? Yeah.
can't wait.
Looking forward to it. It's pretty much a sellout, isn't it?
It's getting there.
Well,
I think
I've
there's-
been hearing they were asking for like ID and stuff to confirm that you weren't for Dunfermline.
Nah, it's a better. They've sold out their end, which kind of makes their pitiful effort look worse. The South Stand's got 100 tickets left, approximately.
Well-
The main stand will look half empty as usual.
I guess.
For all the clamouring there was for Kilmarnock tickets for the playoff final, you've got to question where these people are now.
Well, these are clearly aren't the hardcore fans.
No, it's
Yeah.
it is a disgrace.
Oh, shut up, John.
I'm getting on my, I'm
It's
getting on my
nice that
soapbox.
people get to turn up for the big occasions and deal with it.
To an extent, yes, but season ticket holders should always get priority. I didn't suffer through Alloa in the middle of January, standing in a queue for 4 hours for a ticket to go. Nah, I was sold out at the South Stand. I've been there all season.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no,
that's a rant for another. day.
that is abysmal. But no, we look forward to that. I think Falkirk should be pretty safe. Although the return
I'm
of
not confident. I'm
return
never
of Farid on the back of a hat trick actually in midweek,
confident. Aye, him and
I
Callum.
noticed that. Yeah.
despite the fact they only won 2-1 by the way,
Nah, own goal.
on goal.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was an own
that's
goal.
right. Yeah.
So, but
He came out in the press and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to score a hat trick this weekend." I was like, "Aye, try."
well, hopefully he's finding some form. He's kind of struggled the last few seasons. Well, he's struggled ever since he's left Falkirk.
For his career's sake, I want him to do well, just not on Saturday or any other Saturday we play them.
I saw it was the guy that got the Hibs goal, Alex Harris. He was touted as their like next wonder kid at one point, and he's just like flatlined
Yeah, he can-
massively.
He kind of struggled a wee bit.
No, hugely.
So we'll see how they get on Saturday. I'm never confident when it's a Falkirk game,
Yeah.
but you know we'll be there.
Yep, well, we will be there.
That's a statement. It's not necessarily words of encouragement,
We'll
but
be there.
yeah,
We can discuss it next week.
we will. We'll discuss our experience. Hopefully, some nice pictures to put up for podcast
then-
backgrounds and such like.
On the Instagram,
Yeah, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook,
all those things,
and WordPress. All the platforms.
all the good stuff.
But no, the draw's already been done for the Challenge Cup.
Done this afternoon at time of recording.
So Livingston, the new Saints.
Livingston win.
Well, Livingston are at home,
Yeah,
so it
they should win that.
should make things a little bit easier.
TNS actually struggled a wee bit against Forfar.
For all their European experiences,
Yeah, I thought they'd won that pretty easy. But, yeah.
Makes you wonder what Dundalk would have done
aye, that's a wee bit.
against then Queen of South Alloa. Jack Ross actually winning his final game there.
I seen that
Nice.
game too. Actually, yeah, it was in S4C.
Oh.
The
Welsh,
Welsh
isn't it? Yeah.
channel, yeah. But I tell you, you'll quite like this, John. You were able to get the commentation in English, so you could
Oh.
press a button, and instead of obviously BBC Alba, obviously it's Gaelic all the
no.
time.
They better
You
be
could
listening.
change it to English, so it was really good. Actually.
Brilliant. Honestly, that's
And another thing you would have liked, John, was that Jack Ross at the end of the game went and shook a lot of fans' hands.
good lad.
Yeah.
All
Yeah, no,
18
I like,
of them
I like that.
at the end of
Okay,
Royal
there was
Stadium.
only-
But John always quite likes that
I
piece
do-
when you go and
There's a
say
wee bit of
back.
appreciation there. I like that.
That was weird that he played his last game with Alloa and his like new team were playing on the same day.
The same day, yeah.
You know,
Aye.
you don't see that often. But no.
So technically, Jack Ross got 2 wins on Saturday.
Technically, yes. My brain was like, oh,
What a guy.
good on him.
Legend, Scotland manager next. That's
I knew I was about to say.
Has to be.
He kind
the campaign starts now.
of. Well, you look at that Alloa manager slot. Seems to be the kind of vault. You know, Paul Hartley went up to Dundee.
Aye.
Jack Ross on to greater things, and you know, if
Yeah,
anyone's
no, it's-
struggling in the
it's-
Premier League, like a Partick Thistle or a, Hamilton
Yeah,
could
see who
be.
they get next.
So no, we wish him all the best. Last week we did talk about him being a boss.
That's true. Yeah.
And 2 hours before we recorded, it was announced he was St Mirren manager. So
My bad.
hopefully all of our news is still relatively accurate tonight. As you see on QI, facts are gone within like 10 years anyway.
Yeah.
So it's all good. St Mirren play Ayr, Dunfermline play Dundee United. So, you know, all that's basically championship teams left now.
Effectively. Any kind of winner? Do you see it with that already? Or potential?
I was impressed by Olivia and Alloa, so maybe one of them.
I mean, Alloa could be the surprise. The League One teams could be the surprise.
So anyone but
Purely because they
Dunfermline.
beat Hibs, you'd think maybe St Mirren. Could be anybody.
Yeah, it could.
Be anybody.
Maybe Dundee United.
Yeah. I'd be interested to know if TNS even care. You know, at this point.
That's true.
But you know, if it's on television, you know.
I mean, it's quite interesting to see one of them made it, 3 of them didn't, and then who they kind of fielded against as well.
Which I was interested to see that kind of gulf in quality, if there was a gulf in quality.
That was it was a good kind of benchmark for Scottish football. Where do our leagues fit in terms of Northern Ireland?
I did
and Wales?
enjoy watching the games. Yeah.
Yeah, there were good games, and I wouldn't mind.
Are they planning on doing it next year? Or?
Oh,
I
I
hope
think
so.
they
Yeah.
might expand it.
Well,
I
going
hope they
forward,
expand it.
yeah.
I really hope they expand it because I really liked it. Get rid of the colt teams, under 20s. I think that was a joke, frankly.
It didn't last very long.
I wasn't a big
They were-
fan of that. No.
That was a disgrace. But introduce more Northern Irish and Welsh teams, or even Irish teams.
So
I was very happy with that.
do you think this is a good platform to kind of get us back to the kind of British Cups of yesteryear?
A little bit. I wouldn't necessarily include English teams.
You're too scared. Are you scared of the English teams, John?
But the Challenge Cup would just be consumed by English media.
But
and
what if you maybe included some conference teams?
Still, what's the point?
What's the point in including Irish and Welsh teams?
Conference teams aren't like professional teams in the sense that they don't play in the top league or that kind of thing.
Mhm.
At most, of it extended to the Republic of Ireland, Dundalk.
Other teams.
I'm scratching my
Other teams.
Shamrock.
St Patrick's, there's bound to be a team. Um,
I'm trying to remember if Falkirk played in pre-season. It was only this summer.
that is our oracle of football knowledge, John Brown. There,
Bray Wanderers.
I'd like,
Shelbourne.
because you know we're not qualifying for Europe just now, so let's just get our own version going in
Yeah.
like the home nations,
Yeah,
even
that would
a
be-
Commonwealth tournament.
Well, next season, you know, you bring in like Republic of Ireland. Following season, you bring in like Norway.
Why
And then-
Norway?
I don't know. Specific Norway.
Just fling it out there.
Oh, but Aberdeen have the
Well-
like Energy Cup friendly they play against
Stennismuir's got a
Stavanger.
Norwegian supporters club.
Aye,
Yeah.
all one of them. Must be oil workers, I bet you.
Maybe some Icelandic teams. We could let
Oh
a
no
lot
no
of
no
the
no no no
Icelandic
no!
teams.
What you're talking about now is a European tournament.
Okay, maybe a little
Aye,
bit.
okay, calm down. Just because we can't get into any doesn't mean we come up with our own.
You've got to be ambitious, and then you can have like a kind of, what would you call it, Pan-Atlantic competition with Eastern Conference MLS teams. Maybe
Anyway, now that we've finished
NASL
that,
teams.
There'll be an article on this later.
now that we've finished that topic, you can read up on that and John's twin monitor setup he has in uni, which are all so
I'll be rattling
fascinating.
through it in no time.
I think it's time to review our experience on the new FIFA 17 game.
FIFA 17.
FIFA 17. We had a wee tournament at the weekend. I think we all drew with each other. John did beat me first time round. A first in
Ever.
Yeah, I think a first.
Ever.
So that was very sad. What did we think of the game?
I'm going to pick my words carefully. No comment.
I think it's really. It's not finished. Like a lot of it, like it's a step backwards from FIFA 16.
I'm really struggling. I'm not going to lie. I got bumped to Division 8 last night.
Did you?
Oh, aye, badly. My kind of assumption is people are still finding their way through the leagues. That's what I tell
All the good
myself.
people are in that foot champion mode this weekend, which
Well,
I think is actually really good that they've kind of got more around it now instead of just divisions. You
Yeah.
know, there's actually kind of more to it and better rewards, which is desperately needed because it is chronically expensive if you want to get anywhere in that game,
Aye,
unless you're
really
supremely lucky.
Aye, supremely lucky, supremely rich. The gameplay, attacking's okay, defending's horrendous.
Defending's horrendous, but just dribbling and watching how they run and like penalties and free kicks just aren't they right.
Nah,
No.
free kicks in particular. I could score the occasional free kick in FIFA 16. This is a mess.
Oh, it's really hard.
I have no idea what's going on.
Look at the penalties as well. Like when we were having a wee tournament, I literally hit it so slowly that the keeper dove like one way,
jumped
got
back.
up. No, he didn't even jump. He walked,
Yeah.
and the ball hadn't even crossed the line.
Picked it up.
And like physics, you can't even hit a ball that slowly to have it picked up with the goalkeeper.
Absolutely.
And we've seen as well, the collision physics are broken. It doesn't give free
Oh,
kicks at the right
it's
time.
so
It doesn't
annoying.
give penalties at the right time.
Even the runs that your attackers are supposed to make, they're so stupid. Like they don't run naturally.
No.
They'll always try and run between the two centre backs who squeeze them. It's like, well, how am I supposed to play through the ball? Run into space.
I think that would be my main feedback on the game. It's not very realistic, is
Nah,
it?
far from it. Crossings, corner kicks. I think we scored one the whole night between all of us.
Maybe. I did score a couple of crosses.
And I think
But heading is really difficult.
heading, yeah.
I mean, I haven't figured it out. You're supposed to judge it yourself when you push the button, or do you push the button and wait, or...
I think if you get it right, you'll score quite a lot of goals.
Aye.
It seems to be that's how you're going to get your goals. If you cross the ball and you get a header.
There'll be one or two folk who are on it, like Fraser Thompson. But,
Who I drew 2 each with, by the way.
I didn't get to play him, thankfully.
Well, you beat me 1-0, so you would have beaten.
So, yeah. I
Hashtag logic.
beat me John in penalties as well, so... After playing most of the game with Tim Krul up front.
Oh yeah,
No, that's true.
we trolled John and put Tim Krul up front when he was way in the bathroom.
Bullied.
Great banter. You need to come to our parties.
I think they tried to change too many things with the game. Maybe.
Well,
Because
I think
they've changed the corners, which I actually quite like the new corner system because it kind of targets where you want it to be. But penalties has changed, which has become harder, plus a bit silly, like you were saying, Paul. And really, just in general, like they've changed a few things, like obviously the way of passing and things. It's just completely different. But I think they've tried to change too many things at the one time, because usually over past years they'll change like one thing every year.
I think they've been really caught out by having to change the engine of the game.
Aye, the Frostbite.
No, that's
Frostbite.
true. Yeah,
Everyone's been using Frostbite for years. FIFA has been running on this ancient engine that no one across the Electronic Arts, because everything across EA runs on Frostbite, from Need for Speed, NFL, Battlefield runs on Frostbite as well.
does it?
And look, compare the graphics of Battlefield to FIFA, by the way.
Yeah, no, FIFA is lacking.
The difference is stark, and that's where I think that journey mode really falls down.
I haven't even began to sort of play it.
It's a great idea. I just think graphically it's abysmal. And
I expected the graphics to be much better.
and I think that team's maybe a bit lazy. They've used that old engine while everyone's been using this new engine, and now they're kind of catching up, and it feels a bit kind of janky.
Yeah, I mean, I think the producers of FIFA know that they'll sell millions of copies.
And they'll make
Regardless.
Yeah, they've
stupendous
broken
amount
all
of money on
records, I
packs.
think.
Yeah, compared to PES, it's annihilated them.
Demolished them. Yeah.
I don't know why they bother anymore.
I want to try PES. PES looks
I do
really
want
good.
to try it. Yeah, it looks good this season.
You've got all your Barcelona content.
I noticed
And
that. Yeah.
that looks like Camp Nou looks great. They've got Messi, they've got Ronaldinho, they've got Larson.
loads of it.
The manager's in it as a player.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I've never played PES at all.
Oh, I've played it in the past.
I
I
had
quite
it-
liked it. It's just obviously it misses the sort of copyright of.
Yeah, they like some of the licenses.
Yeah, licenses.
But I used to have it back in the days in the PS2 when it was seen as the superior football game.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I remember for Xbox.
nostalgic flashback there.
Yeah.
Well, I remember for Xbox, I had something called Club Football, and they did it for different teams. Like you had Man United, Chelsea, and you had Rangers and Celtic Club Football.
God, I remember that.
I think this was Codemaster's effort at a football game. Remember when multiple people used to make football game, and they had Celtic Park and Ibrox, and it was great. It was quite difficult. We also had to go the best team, I guess, like someone from the French second division. I remember Fraser and I would always play a team called Bastia in France. They were the worst team in the French second division. Ironically, they got promoted the next year, and Bastia are actually now quite a good team.
Yeah, they're good.
So no, take me back. FIFA 13s were a bit more arcadey. I could do a bit more with them. This is I just can't get into this. I'm not having fun with it.
Nah, I'm kind of holding off till Battlefield 1 comes out and that'll... Or Football Manager. It's 13th, 14th November.
Ooh.
I hope. Because that's when my coursework's finished. So I can spend a good 2-3 weeks lying in bed playing that and I have to study for exams.
Well, we
Modern
look...
Warfare remastered for me.
Oh, well, I'm digging
Oh
it.
yeah, forgot about that too.
Yeah.
I'm digging into Mafia at the moment, which is good fun. It's like a carbon copy of Assassin's Creed though. But more on that later, because this is a football podcast. Hey.
But I do agree with you. I don't think it's as fun as what it used to be.
No. So maybe Pez in their Barcelona edition maybe would be the way.
Yeah, might need to check that out.
Speaking of FC Barcelona, what's going on in La Liga
Liga
this week?
preview.
Yes. It's obviously the league of your choice, and every week Darren comes on to preview or review all the La Liga games.
Yeah, why not?
Take a break away.
It's such a good league, you know.
Yeah.
Need to cover it.
It's a break away for the rubbish of Scottish football. We all appreciate it.
Sunshine, yeah.
So just got to go through the games for this weekend. Kicking off on Friday night, we have Las Palmas playing Espanyol. Las Palmas still unbeaten at home, so probably a victory for them, hopefully. I've enjoyed Las Palmas this season. They've been playing good football, so it'd be good to see them get another victory. On Saturday, midday game, we have Leganés are playing Seville. Sevilla have struggled away from home this season, but they grind out results, so I
Still
could say
up there,
another victory.
yeah.
Still up there, yeah. So hopefully that'll be a good game. Barcelona are playing Deportivo in the 3:15 kick-off.
Hopefully they can get back on track.
Yeah, back to
worry.
winning ways, you know.
Full strength squad, is it?
Anyone but Mathieu.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Obviously it's after an international break, and Barcelona most times than not do struggle after an international break.
How did the players get on during the international break?
Pretty well, actually. Especially the Spanish players, they done well.
Yeah.
2 victories. So.
Gerard Piqué, how was he?
Gerard Piqué, yeah, he's the man of the moment. Everybody's talking about him. So, well, today anyway, when recording the podcast. But they were saying that he's going to retire after the World Cup, just because he feels that he's getting loads of abuse. But he is causing the abuse because he's not helping himself by. I think the story was that he was wearing a long sleeve Spanish shirt, but instead of having these long sleeves, they cut it short to be like a short sleeve. But the reason he done that was because there was loads of like mini Spanish badges on the long sleeve version.
Well, that was a Spanish kind of media take on it.
Yeah, that was the take on it. Well,
his,
that's what they were saying. Yeah. So I don't know, something along the lines. But it's just crazy. It's like
pitiful.
Why are they talking about this? It's but.
You can see why he's not liked.
It's like it's like a Scotland player running out with a big gaffer tape over the wee badge at the back.
That's right. So yeah, that's just nonsense in my eyes. But hey ho, this will be the last campaign, I'm sure, for him. So and the rest of the Spanish players Barcelona players seem to get on quite well. The 2 Spanish games I talked about last week in the podcast, it was 1-1 in the Italy game. I don't know if she's caught any of that game, but a close game.
I caught Italy's other game
from the other day. Yeah,
3-2 dramatic. Ciro Immobile in the injury time winner.
Yeah, he's a good
Is he
player.
starting for Italy?
I think so. He certainly was on the park.
Oh no, he's been playing well for Lazio recently, hasn't he? Okay, I'll forgive him that.
He's my FIFA 17 prodigy. Ciro Immobile.
But yeah, he was good in that game for Italy anyway. So
nice. He's good. I like him.
Atletico Madrid, they are playing Granada on the 5:30 kick-off on Saturday. Granada really poor form, bottom of the league, and Atletico Madrid at the top of the league there, so it should be an easy win for Atletico. Real Betis are at home to Real Madrid at the 7:45 kick-off on Saturday, and Alaves are playing Malaga.
Malaga. Malaga. Nobody chance that.
No.
They should.
They should though. Yeah, that's as it is. That'd be great. So that's the 11 o'clock kick-off on Sunday. And Bilbao, your team, Paul, they are playing Real Sociedad So that should be an interesting game.
A pretty close matchup.
Yeah. Sporting Gijón are playing Valencia. Valencia are looking to get another victory on the board there. And Villarreal, the Yellow Submarine, are playing Celta Vigo. That should be another close game actually, because both teams have had a good start to the season.
Celta Vigo won a huge high.
Well, Celta Vigo are getting into it now. What's that?
Celta Vigo be like on a massive high.
Oh, I definitely after that result.
Was it the Barcelona? Was it 4-2?
4-3.
They maybe could have done without the break then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it came at the wrong time for them.
But both teams are looking pretty on par at the moment, both playing well. And then the last game of the weekend is on Monday night, and that is Eibar versus Osasuna.
Wow, I'm sure everyone will be tuned into that on a Monday night.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Random.
So that's your La Liga games for this weekend. So yeah, we just need to wait and see how that goes.
Oh well, we'll look forward to that.
Yes, definitely.
And now it's time for everybody's favourite feature, or second favourite feature, whether you like predictions better or not. It is the quiz!
Hey!
Hey! So this week it's my turn for the quiz.
You're hosting.
I am hosting.
No pressure.
And I've come up with a little game called Journeyman.
Journeyman.
Hey.
It's all about Scottish journeymen and trying to identify who they are. So someone who's played for a few clubs in Scotland. So I'll give you the date they played for them, how many appearances and goals, and we'll go through them and see if you can work it out and guess who it is. Feel free to work as a team, because it could be quite difficult. I've only got 2 players this week.
Looking at you here, John.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Still doomed.
So this first player, I've grouped all the first teams together because there's so many of them, and I think you'd struggle for the era. But from 1985 to 2002, this player played for Forfar, Wraith, Dundee United, Ionikos and Hibernian, scoring 159 goals in 547 appearances.
Who was the second last team?
Ionikos? A Greek? I don't know. I'm too far away from my notepad to see. So any guesses thus far?
Is he Scottish?
Yes.
A Scottish guy played in Greece?
Bear in mind he also played for Wraith, Dundee United and Hibernian.
That doesn't help.
159 goals and 500 appearances, you know.
So there's not a striker then.
Struggling.
Anyway, we'll move on to the next clue, because this is where it starts. You can narrow it down a bit more. So from 2002 to 2005, he played for Dunfermline Athletic, appearing in 99 games and scoring 20 goals.
2002 to 2005 played for Dunfermline. No Hunt.
No. Moving on. From 2005 to 2006, Inverness Caledonian Thistle, 31 appearances, 10 goals. Want me to move on again? The next link should be a bit easier for you.
Moved to Dunfermline, Inverness.
This was early on.
In 2005 to 2006 he was playing for Inverness.
Yeah.
So that was his season we went up, and they must have been in that division. Aye, what's the next clue?
He then went to Dundee United to 2006 to 2007. Well, 2006 to 2007 was actually 3 teams: Dundee United, Aberdeen, and then back to Inverness Caledonian Thistle.
Whoosh.
So the link I would think about is Inverness Cali to Dundee United. He had a different role at those clubs than he did at Aberdeen.
So he was moving back into management?
Don't know, I can't give you that information.
God. Oh, I think I've got it. Is it Craig Brewster?
It's Craig Brewster!
It's
Ding,
Brewster.
ding, 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 ding. That's a good one, isn't it?
That's really good. Because he played in Greece.
He played in Greece? Really? He's played from 1985 to 2010.
That's a
25 years.
He played football.
And of course, you know, the different roles. He was player manager with Inverness Cali, Dundee United, and I think Dunfermline he was maybe assistant.
He was. That season they got relegated.
So no, that's a great success in footballing career, I would say. So no, I thought he'd be a good name.
He kind of disappeared a wee bit.
Assistant manager at Plymouth these days, which is weird considering player manager. It's kind of step back. But no, that's a bit of a blast from the past. This next player, which unfortunately the last one, I didn't know how long this game was going to run. This next player I chose purely for this first move. So from 2004 to 2006 he made one appearance for Paris Saint-Germain.
Russell Lafton.
No. Moving on, you'll never guess it. This guy's not Scottish, it should be pointed out either.
Right, so he's
you'll get this one later on. He then moved to Dunfermline Athletic. So from PSG to Dunfermline Athletic, where he had more success from 2004 to 2008, making 39 appearances, scoring 0 goals. That's a clue as to his...
He's a defender.
0 goals.
Are you a goalkeeper?
Oh,
He's not a goalkeeper, I told you earlier. Didn't think of goalkeepers.
Yeah.
It would have been good. So no, this next move, this is where his career really was kind of made. 2008 to 2011 Hibernian. 75. Oh! Darren gets the point! Ding, 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 ding! How did you do that?
He was a big player for Hibs.
Yeah, it was good for Hibs. I was actually thinking when he was at Dunfermline too, but
I couldn't remember it at Dunfermline, but I could remember him at Hibs.
Yeah, because he moved in England. He was a big player in England.
Leicester City, 52 appearances, 3 goals. So actually more successful at Hibs than he was in England.
To an extent, aye. Leicester would have been Championship round about then.
Yeah, I think so. So no, that rounds it up for Journeyman.
Sorry, Darren.
Well, no.
If I'd got that Craig Brewster thing, I would have been
fuming. The Craig Brewster thing, like what got me about that was Inverness Cali, Dundee United, and I obviously knew him at Aberdeen because he went back. He was just playing at Aberdeen, which I couldn't work out why.
So when Jimmy Calderwood still been manager.
Yeah, well, he played under Jimmy Calderwood at Dunfermline.
Aye.
And that's what I noticed as well about the Aberdeen team, is most of them came with Jimmy Calderwood from Dunfermline. And that's what built that fantastic European team. So we ruined Dunfermline.
Good.
So,
well played.
John's loving that.
I'm liking Aberdeen more and more.
Right. I'm sure you are. So no, congrats guys, you did really well there, one apiece.
Thank you. Yeah, that was good.
Cheers.
So wait 3 weeks and I'll have probably 3 or 4 players. I'll try and do a bit more research next time.
So what's it back to do? Me? Darren?
No, it's back to me.
Back to Darren.
Back to El Dorado.
Yeah.
Anyway, John, how did the predictions go last week? I'm eager to know.
Are you just wanting to leave it, John?
No.
Aye.
No.
We'll take a break this week.
I'm keen to hear.
Right.
Are you really?
So as we know, this was internationals, which we know nothing about, me and Darren. Paul, on the other hand,
it's a load of rubbish international football. We've talked about this.
Paul in his spare time works for an Asian betting market syndicate.
This is insane.
Is this how you're getting all this money from, though, John?
I don't even bet. That's the thing. I need to get on these accumulators.
He operates somewhere out in the South China Sea. We're not too sure where, but
yes. Read out the scores, John. Lowest first.
I'll be gentlemanly. I was last. I got 6 points.
You were miles off, John. But he thought
he
thought England would beat Malta 7-1.
No.
It was 2-0.
It was his high scoring week.
I had Northern Ireland to beat San Marino 7-0. You know, it could have happened. England to beat Malta 8-1. That should have happened.
How that was 2-0 was outrageous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I had 4-0 and I was thinking, what the hell?
Well, you had 5-0.
I had 5, yeah.
So I got the correct result: Northern Ireland, England, and Republic of Ireland to beat Moldova.
Mm-hmm.
Darren, you got 6 points as well for exactly the same.
Equal bottom line.
Equal results.
You guys only got 6 points.
Yes.
Only
6 points.
Wait for this, listeners.
Can't wait to get you back.
What is my total, John?
Well, Paul got Oh, God, there's no easy way of saying this. You got 14, to be honest.
14? Oh no.
More
Right,
than
so moving
double.
on, John. So listen to these games.
More than double what you two got.
Even if we had combined on that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got
It's
correct.
alright, John. The comeback's on you.
Correct score. Northern Ireland, San Marino.
Which you were very lucky at, by the way. Last kick of the ball.
Okay, God's sake.
Who cares? Every minute counts. The one I was amazed at was Wales, Georgia.
Aye, one each was a. I shouldn't have been.
I don't know how I got that. I just had that feeling that Wales would do what we do.
I bottle it.
No, you thought
And I thought, okay, everyone in Wales needs to calm down. They've been overhyped.
Maybe
That was lucky.
It's like the home nation's curse of France. So we were 1998, screwed ever since. Maybe this is Wales's turn.
Maybe.
So you got, yeah,
That was 10 points alone, so that's what careered me.
yeah, correct result. England, Malta, correct result. Moldova, Northern. So you actually, the only one you screwed up in was the Scotland Lithuania goal, and you were only a goal off. If you'd like put one each,
No, it would have been.
you know, you would have
Yeah.
been over an R5.
I was
so,
being optimistic, I think.
on that,
What's the league tallies now?
it's no good. I'm last on 36. Darren's second on 38. Paul, you're
Miles ahead.
on another planet on 51.
51.
51.
Oh my
So you're,
goodness.
I mean, like John,
I mean, you're only 13 ahead. So
Oh, easy. We'll get that.
you reined me back in last
We'll
week.
get that
Now
back.
I've careered
yeah,
it.
don't worry, we'll be pulling it back this week.
I'm sure I'll eat my words this week.
Yes.
What are our scores this week that we're to be predicting?
Right, so we'll kick off first and foremost with Aberdeen versus Ross County.
Aberdeen.
Tough game.
Aberdeen, Ross County.
I
You're going first now.
Yeah, winner stays
Paul.
on.
Yeah, I'll not let you think about it.
Aberdeen at home, Ross County. Ross County struggling for strikers at the moment, so they shouldn't be having too much firepower. But then Aberdeen, I mean, they scored 4 against Kilmarnock, but then Rooney and Hayes will be coming off of international duty, as will McGinn.
But they're only coming for like Dublin.
So that's true.
So no
not the
jet
end of the
lag.
world. I'm gonna go 2-0.
2-0.
2-0. Be conservative with that.
Ross County.
No, not Ross County.
Is Chris Burke fit?
I have no idea. Maybe.
I don't think Chris Burke's
That'll make a big difference, you know.
Chris Burke's not going to be the game changer.
I'm going to go for 2-2.
2-2.
Yep.
I don't know whether we wide and go. I'm going to go for 2-0 as well and just copy Paul, but I reckon Aberdeen might win this quite comfortably. Aye, 3-0 Aberdeen.
Okay.
So this gets to 2-0 with 10 minutes to go. Oh, this is going to be tense. So next up is Falkirk versus Dunfermline.
You can go first, John, so you didn't copy my score, as I've now found out that's a tactic.
Oh God, I don't know.
I'd love it if they gave them a route.
So
I know it's hard to see, but it would be nice to see.
dude, Dunfermline cannot defend for peanuts. But then they're up against John Baird and Bob McHugh, who aren't really
And
on
you've
fire.
got Farid, who's been scoring goals midweek.
Yeah.
The only good thing about that though is like Gasparato and I presume McCracken being back in, they can deal with cross balls really quite well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that nullifies the threat or not. I think it'll be high scoring. I reckon Falkirk to win 4-2.
4-2.
4-2.
2.
4 goals or
When did Falkirk scored 4 this season?
Never. We're playing Dunfermline.
This is going to be the game, Paul.
It's an easy 3 points.
I'm going to go for 2-1 Falkirk.
Falkirk. That's probably more realistic.
To be different, I'm going to go 1-0 Dunfermline.
You're not coming.
I know, I absolutely support Falkirk, but a draw with St Mirren, getting beat off Ayr,
Aye, and scraping past there in the league before that.
and they've not really played well this season.
Nah, we've been pretty poor.
And
But
they were lucky to beat Dundee United that week they went, so
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
hopefully quite a good crowd in for that. Keep us going.
But if Dunfermline get any penalties, they will miss them.
That's a given.
We saved Danny Rodgers to the rescue.
They talked about him in the commentary.
Did they?
Yeah, they were saying, Aberdeen on loan at Falkirk.
having an absolute beast, I see.
It must have been a quiet game.
It must have been. Yep, okay, right. So third up we have Wraith versus Hybees. Hybees.
2-1 Wraith.
2-1 Wraith.
Because that's just the typical Hibs scoreline right now. Hibs to go 1-0 up.
And then bottle it.
Aye. And Hibs it.
Still the Stubbsy effect.
I'm going to go the opposite of that. 2-1.
2-1 to the Hybees.
Hybees, yeah.
Oh god, see, Wraith are hot and cold now.
This is the week I should really lose a lot of points, you know that? Especially with Adam Fairland's score.
I'm going to put 1 each draw.
We've got all 3 results there. We
Yeah.
don't usually do
That
that.
doesn't happen much.
Oh, we've split it. Someone's going to be right. Oh, by 2 points.
That'll be
Plus.
exciting, that game.
So next up's Hearts versus Dundee.
Oh, I mean, like, Hearts.
Hearts you wouldn't expect to win, but the last time we expected them to win, they kind of bottled it.
Well, that was St Johnstone, and I predicted St Johnstone would win it. I think I got the score right as well. They did thump Motherwell, but they did concede, and they did the same at Hamilton, and Hamilton was at Tynecastle. So, on that logic, I think another 3-1 result would be.
So 3-1 to Hearts.
Yeah, Hearts to dominate the game, but lose a silly goal.
Probably
Darren?
will have, yeah.
Why should I explain this before you've all guessed?
I'll go for 2-0 Hearts.
2-0 Hearts. Well, there's no point in stopping being audacious, so I'm going to go 4-1 Hearts.
We've all got Dundee to score them.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah.
Well, no, 2-0.
Actually, no, I was 2-0.
Rory Loy, the class Jan Huntelaar of Dundee.
I was thinking to go 2-1, but then, nah, I'm going to go 2-0.
Class Jan Loy.
Unstoppable.
So, last up we have the Friday night special. We've got Inverness versus
Super Cali.
Super Cali Globalistic. Rangers are atrocious.
I mean, you know, with Cali obviously to finish in the top 6 this season.
Right, well, for once I'm actually supporting Rangers in this game.
I'm winning that bit. What's your prediction, John? I'm not going to tell you my logic yet.
I'm going to put Rangers to win 3-1.
You're wrong, but okay.
I'm really right.
I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for 2-1 Rangers.
2-1 Rangers.
See, Cali is always a hard place to go. And it's always where the old firm have typically slipped up in the past.
No, that's true.
You
think a draw or a win for
I think I'm going to lean towards a draw, but I'm going to struggle to get the score if it is a draw. 1-1, because Rangers have really struggled scoring. But, you know, they put 2 or 3 plus Partick.
2.
2. Yeah.
So that was a confidence builder for this game. Well, I think they had like the international break.
International break, yeah.
Oh, Joey Barton's not coming back. Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
Well, no, they've extended his
They suspended him for
suspension.
another
But
week.
did you hear how much it's going to cost Rangers to pay him off?
Aye, 2 million.
2 million.
It's fine. Dave King's got 30 million in
Well,
the
no, that's true. Yeah.
Why are
that's
they
a
paying
drop in the
him
bucket.
20 grand a week?
As if they've never learned.
It's not doing them any favours. If they're paying him 20 grand a week and they're no finishing second, because I doubt there's a player in Aberdeen or Hearts' book on 20 grand a
I
week.
mean, you could probably put like that starting 11 in Aberdeen, it'll probably close to being on 20 grand a week total.
Well, no, I think
Well, I mean,
your players like, you know, McGinn will be on a lot of money. Hayes will be on Rooney will be on a lot of money.
2-3 grand a week. I'll not be much more than that.
I don't know. I can only speculate.
I'll tell you when I get Football Manager because they're normally quite accurate.
Yeah. But interesting, like someone like Connor Salmon would probably demand
A fair
bigger
wage.
you
I
know,
guess so, yeah. In England.
coming from England.
Yeah.
Although he kind of failed though. That was if it'd been a
Yeah,
reasonable
but
success.
he'll still be liking the wages if they've been getting
Well,
in England.
that's, you really can attract these guys back up.
That's true. But no, he's not coming back, is he?
No.
I think it's a silly move on their part, but I understand, and I think the gambling thing as well has made it much more difficult to see him pave a way back.
Aye, there seems to be a kind of stigma against that, and I can understand why, but it's just a big sorry saga. And Joey Barton's not that bad a player. Like, if there was one of the two that was going to get rid of it, it would be Nico Cranshaw. I think he's rotten.
See, Nico Cranchard though can hit free kicks and score every now and then.
Yeah,
And that's something that Barton doesn't have in his locker, but Barton is definitely a better overall player to have in the park.
for that kind of game in Vanessa's Rangers, you need Joey Barton. I don't know where the dig in midfield is coming from in that Rangers team.
See, that's the thing, they've got all that experience in defence, some experience up front, none in midfield.
No, I'll say again, I really rate Barry Mackay, but he's a standalone player. I think Windass is a wee whinge. Kenny Miller's too old. You've got but Danny Wilson and Rob Keelan at the centre backs.
I just get the impression a lot of them are just hanging on. Like, oh, we're Rangers boys playing for the team.
I mean, some of these guys were they were there for the journey,
They're idiots. Lee Wallace
Lee Wallace is a grass and an idiot.
Look at what Stephen Naismith did with his career.
Stephen Naismith, Steve Davis, all these guys were at Rangers.
Oh, is Davis still with Southampton?
Aye.
He's played well for them sometimes, aye.
Played well for Northern Ireland.
Who else kind of left that team? Whittaker must have left around about then. Maybe before that.
Well, he played a lot of games for Norwich.
Yelovich. He left.
He had himself quite a big move to
Everton to begin with.
Everton, and then he went to Hull.
He's done well with both. Really.
Yeah. Oh, I'd like to deconstruct that and see. Well, McGregor obviously went down south.
Aye, who was in the kind of the Rangers team pre-liquidation, and who stayed and who went, and who came into Rangers from the top leagues? Like David Templeton. He was supposed to have a really great career.
Sonny Aluko left.
He left. He went into Hull, straight into Hull.
Nearly Juventus. I remember you sent me that link.
Aye,
I was on trial. Sonny Aluko would be beasting in Serie A.
Yeah, he's got the technical ability. Really good. Ian Black destroyed his career.
Dean Shields
destroyed
his career.
He won the League Cup with Kilmarnock and then went to Rangers in
League
2.
He was player of the season.
Aye.
For the Premier League.
Yeah.
Totally destroyed his career.
Payday though.
As well. I guess it's just that playing with Rangers thing.
Wow.
Oh well. I guess our advice to you kids is if you get the chance, don't play with Rangers.
Come play for Falkirk and within a season you'll be playing for Swansea.
Well,
Bucks.
You'll be playing alongside Jefferson Montero.
See, there was the England's equivalent to the Challenge Cup, called the Johnson Speed Trophy.
Oh yeah.
Swansea under 23s were playing. Oh God, who was it? It was something like Braintree. 4 ex-Falkirk players were playing for Swansea.
Is that right?
Yeah, starting.
Weirdly, 4 players, John.
Yeah, Boy Biaby up front.
Right.
Legendary for sticking the heat in a Dunfermline player. Great night. Kingsley playing left back, Jay in the midfield, and Ryan Blair.
No idea who Ryan Blair is.
I think he had 4 sub
I've
appearances
heard
for
of him,
Falkirk.
yeah.
Wonder kid. But anyway, that was good to see.
What was the score?
They won 2-1.
2-1.
Biaby scored and Jay set up the second.
Because they've got their under 23 squads.
Under 23s, and the Johnson Speed Trophy.
Trophy.
If they sign another Falkirk player, they could be suffering from the blues.
Right. It's supposed to be this Gallagher guy's next. He's the next kind of big player, which is a shame for Sibs because he's just completely disappeared.
Sibs is stuck. Unless he wants to be a journeyman.
Yeah, he's stuck.
He will have one of these sad Wikipedia pages, unfortunately. But more on those sad Wikipedia pages next week, which we must troll through at some point because it's absolutely fascinating to see squads from the past. But anyway, thank you for listening from me, Paul.
Yeah. Oh, right, John.
I'll jump in there.
That was hilariously awkward.
Thanks for listening, everyone, from Darren.
Yep, thanks everyone. Here's next week.
Yeah, tune in next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.